Hey there. A common thread that came up for me through every one of these video prompts was discernment and accountability in education. Recognizing that a lot of these issues are connected to the relationship that we have within ourselves, that things like hate and addiction and a lack of awareness come from a lack of connection with ourselves, with each other, and with the natural world. This is something I have been thinking about wanting to embark upon in many media modalities, videos, discussions, video blogs, podcast blogs, hosting events, facilitating workshops on communication and other topics. Also performance arts, so that we go through ways of weaving both entertainment and education to reach a whole lot of different audiences. Another big thing that was coming up for me is that it's important to stop blaming outside of ourselves. I think in general it's important to stop blaming. It will serve us better to start thinking more, to start asking questions, because we have a lot of responsibility here. We have a lot of accountability to take as well. A lot of these companies and corporations have the goal of profit. They have the goal of being controversial and really standing out and being a talking piece and being really attractive and entertaining. None of those things are talking about emotional, physical, spiritual wellness. They're not thinking about that. They are wanting to have attention and profit. And so it is up to us to think about what we are consuming. How are these things making us feel? And I've mentioned this in multiple videos, that it is important for us to reflect within ourselves. Rather than turning to the screen so readily, let's normalize the importance of the necessity of togetherness. It is as essential as food and water, consistent togetherness. This does not mean every single second of every day. This does mean consistent relationships and friendships. A consistent relationship with yourself, a consistent relationship with your community members, consistent relationship with nature. When these areas are thriving, when these areas are healthy and well maintained, we will be relying on outsourced information with little evidence. We will have more discernment because we will be strong in ourselves. So from the food that we eat, to the media we consume, to the relationships we engage with, to the way we speak to ourselves, we must ask questions. And when people oppose us and have differing views, we can enter with curiosity and collaboration. Hey, I'm curious about your viewpoint, not because I want my mind to be changed. I also don't want you to come at me with that sort of energy to change my mind. But I'm open to hearing your side, because there is value to all sides. It's not just black or white. It's not just good and evil. Brene Brown came up for me, Braving the Wilderness. She quotes hate. She speaks about hate. And she quotes how hate is not connection. You cannot really truly bond or connect through hate, because hate is a result and a symptom of fear and disconnection. And when we think about what we're consuming, let's ask ourselves, how awake are we? How engaged are we with our lives? We can do anything. We can customize our lives. We can make it as unique as we want. We do not need to be told how to live. If we want to be told how to live, it will be a very limiting lifestyle. It takes waking up in all areas of life if you want to be discerning with the media that we consume and the messages that are spread and the brainwashing and conditioning that's done. And to be discerning not only for ourselves, but for those around us, our children, our family members, our friends, our community members, to be conscious about the messages that we share and that we put out. And even if it's an opposing message, have it delivered in a respectful, open, and honorable way, not in a hateful, blaming way. I really want to emphasize how important education is here. And education doesn't have to be just a lecture sitting at a desk. It can be done in so many different ways. It can be taught through movement. It can be taught through lecture. It can be taught through entertaining videos. It can be taught through team building exercises. Normalizing asking questions and doing more research and having support in doing so, that is going to make it more obtainable. I think it's very likely that nonprofits and other organizations can help support these dreams, help support these programs by having grant-funded programs so that they're free or, donation-based, and or they're offered in public schools. They're offered in homeschool curriculum. They are offered when you get a new job, and when you are bringing new people into your life, think about what they consume. Are they consuming a bunch of hateful material? Do they have opposing views but are strong in themselves and approach opposing views and conflict with stability and not reactivity? I think it's important that we ask how these certain things make us feel, and teaching the youth, from the youth to the elders, because nobody is immune to the consumption, because our world is so disconnected currently, and it has been for a while. We used to live so communally. We received our validation from each other daily. We received support from each other daily. We had purpose, we had tasks. Now we need to decide what our purpose is and what our tasks are, and we're very likely not having consistent relationships and projects. Some of us may be blessed with that, and a lot of us are not. And so the more we are divided, which we're making it easier and easier, the less strength we have as individuals and as communities. And thinking about, why were these things made? Why am I consuming this? There are so many things that we can numb our brains out on that have sweet messages, that have wholesome, helpful messages.